6 months ago, we were holding an emergency general meeting about the escapades of our then leader. That practically killed this party. Membership was nosediving, and on top of that, we were facing a £170,000 legal bill. At the worst possible time, this man, Gerard Batten, stepped into the breach. Gerard has turned this party around in 6 months. Membership is rising. We have paid off the lawyers, and we are making the case for Brexit again.
We're in a completely terrible position precisely because we've gone about this the wrong way. The only way that it can be salvaged is to get rid of Mrs May and to put somebody in her place who genuinely wants to leave the European Union. If we'd have had a Prime Minister back in 2016 that really wanted to leave the European Union, they would not have gone to Brussels and said, please may we negotiate a withdrawal agreement, because they were never going to give you anything worth having, because why would they? You know, they don't want us to leave.
Over the years we have been lied to time and time again. And at the heart of the problem, there was always this issue. Are we going to be governed from Brussels, or are we going to be governed by our own democratically elected parliament and government?
I want UKIP to be the party that represents the interests of ordinary people. Those people who work and pay taxes. Those unemployed who'd very much like to have a job but don't have one. And the small and medium-sized business owners. These people are the backbone of our great country. They're not represented by the big business interests of the Conservative Party, nor are they represented by the Marxist ideologues of the Labour Party backed by the trade unions. The ordinary people of this country need a political champion, and in the months and years to come, I want UKIP to be that champion.
What she's got now is an absolute disaster. Nobody wants it, the Leavers don't want it, and the Remainers don't want it. So the only course of action open now, which she isn't going to do, somebody else would have to do it, would do what I've said.
I have said consistently for 25 years that the only way we'll leave is by means of unilateral and unconditional withdrawal. My message and UKIP's message to Parliament is clear and simple. Dump the deal.
Britain should do what it did for the previous 400 or 500 years and be an international trading nation. That's what we were good at, and we led the world in that. The whole of our membership for the last 45 years has been unconstitutional, unlawful, and actually void under our law. But we need somebody who actually believes in this country, believes in our law and our constitution, to tell the European Union how we're going to make that work.
It's not that simple.
Well, the reason it's not that simple is because we weren't in charge of the process.
For centuries, the English could not be imprisoned or have their property taken away without a criminal conviction under their own laws in their own courts. Now a court in any corrupt EU member state can judicially kidnap our citizens and freeze or confiscate their property. Our governments tell us that we have to surrender our liberties so that they can protect us from cross-border crime and terrorism. They open our borders to any thief or fraudster that can come purely because they are EU citizens and we cannot deny them entry. Her Majesty's government wants to opt into this regulation. UKIP MEPs will vote against this. We protect British liberties and freedoms, not betray them.
Brexit means exit. And exit means now under our terms and not the European Union. The only way we will ever achieve a real exit is to rebuild the UKIP electoral threat once again.
I understand Monsieur Barnier from France thinks that he has broken Britain. Now, would you like to comment?
I would have liked to have said to him, you have every right to be pleased with yourself, but enjoy this while it lasts, because you have broken the quislings that actually represent this country now, but you haven't broken the British people, and they are going to rebel against this. It's a Pyrrhic victory. Enjoy it while you've got it, because it won't last long.
UKIP is the only opposition.
I want to make UKIP bigger and stronger. I want UKIP to organise in every constituency and take votes away from the treacherous and treasonous political class.
Only UKIP is working for Britain, for Brexit, and looking beyond.